What's up, guys? Welcome back, and today we are going to be getting into 4 submissions that you need to know from the knee on belly position. Knee on belly is not just a transitional position. It is also just not a position of control. It is a position that we need to know how to attack from based on how our opponent reacts to knee on belly. All right, so I'm going to give you 2 different knee on belly scenarios. We're not going to get too deep into how to get into knee on belly, but a lot of times I'll hit an X pass, right? So I'll be in a position right here where I'm going in to pass my opponent, and I pass their knee, and I wind up in a knee on belly position like this. And or, right, maybe I'm in a side control position, right, and I don't want to lose that position, so I'll drive my knee in here, and I'll come up into a knee on belly position. Most of the time, if I'm not using the knee on belly as a transitional position, I am going to come up to make my attacks, okay? So the 4 different attacks that we're going to get into today is all based upon our opponent's reaction. Most of the time, our opponent's immediately going to place their hands on their knee, right? So if I was still holding this collar right here, I'm going to go into my first attack, which is a basic cross collar choke from the knee on belly position. Now, when I'm putting my knee on the belly here, my foot is all the way attached to the hip, and my toe is not in the ground because I want my weight to be on my opponent and not on my foot. All right, so I'm going to open up this collar here. I'm going to punch my hand in on this side, and then I'm just going to drive my hand across. I'm going to grab a hold of my opponent's gi, and then I'm just going to curl him into me, getting my cross collar choke there. Even if he starts to defend this, so once I've punched this hand in here and he grabs my arm, I can still get this finish, guys, by just pulling my opponent in, right, and getting that cross collar finished right there. All right, so the second attack that we're going to do is going to be based on him making a mistake with his bottom side arm. A lot of times, if guys don't know to put their hands on the knee, they'll put the hands on the body, right? Or extend the arm in any shape, way, shape, or form. So if he exposes the back of this elbow, I'm just going to grab the back of that elbow there, all right? Primarily, what I want to do is I want to be able to slide my foot up into his armpit as I do this. So if I've got this grip right here, I'm just going to use that, shift my weight up in here, and I'm going to throw my foot over that arm, and I'm right into an arm bar there on the short side arm, right? Now, we can also attack the top side arm based on the fact that when he does put his hand on my knee, there's going to be a gap right here for me to take advantage of, right? So as I'm in that knee on belly position and I know he wants to put his hand on my knee, it's very difficult for him to put any pressure on my knee and keep his elbow closed. So in order for him to try to get on his side, his arm's normally going to be flared. So that's going to allow me to take this grip right around the shoulder. Right, so as soon as I get this hook grip around the shoulder, my second grip is going to go to his head, and then I'm just going to hit a switch armbar from here. So I'm going to pass my foot over his head, I'm going to switch body the other side, and I'm going to switch my body and get that armbar there. Now, what that looks like in real time is more like this. So I'm here, he goes to put his arm there, I grab, I switch, and I'm able to throw my body all the way across and hit that with a lot of speed. Now, that's given us 3 different submissions that we can already attack from there. But my favorite submission that I like to hit from the knee on belly position is a variation. It's a baseball bat choke with a variation, okay? So first and foremost, if I'm in that knee on belly position, right, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna drive it into this side of the gi, all right? So I'm gonna take my secondary hand, and it's gonna slide in, and I'm going to get that baseball bat grip in the back of his gi. So one hand is in this side, the other one's going to slide in and connect, so I've got my baseball bat grip, right? So from here, I'm going to drop my elbow into his chest. I'm going to take my knee off, and I'm going to spin around and put my head on the opposite side of his body. So I'm going to take my knee off, spin around, place my head on the opposite side of his body, and I'll get my baseball bat finish. Now, once people know the baseball bat choke, they're going to start to defend it and try to not let you spin. All right, this is the variation I'm going to give you that's going to give you an advantage because you know that their hand is going to go into that place in order for you to take advantage of it. Okay, so I go to get my baseball bat choke in here, I throw my secondary hand in, and you see what he did there. He hooked my arm in order to try to prevent me from going around the corner with him, all right? So that same knee that I used to drive into the armpit, I'm going to take that knee, I'm going to drive right into his shoulder. I'm going to slide down his leg. As I do this, now I'm going to make the same pivot and turn that I do in the baseball bat choke. I'm going to put my head on the opposite side of the body. So turn, pivot, head comes up, and you get the baseball bat finish like that as well. So there's a variation. All right, so that is 4 submissions that you need to know from the side control position. Don't just use it as a position of transition. Don't just use it as a position of control. Use it as a way to submit your opponents, because you know what the reactions are going to be when you do it. I hope this helps you guys out. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.